Well, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media. And yes, amen. God can make all things happen. With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. That's a good verse to live by right there. Let me, I forgot I had this screen up still. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Can we do, considering, in 1 second. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat. Hold on. Maybe I can pull it up here. The internet's kind of acting up just a bit. Yeah, I can pull it up here. The internet's kind of acting up just a bit. Okay, it at least looks like on the stream, it's pulled up, but on here it's not cooperating. So I don't know. But anyway, hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone is having an amazing day, or I should say had an amazing day, as it's 9 o'clock Eastern. But we're here and we're live. And we're here. We got the Sweet 16 coming up this week in men's basketball. And Alabama has started their spring practice. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think in the comments. Cody Hankins, what's up? What's up, buddy? Roll Tide. What do I think about Matt Ryan leaving the Atlanta Falcons? It's not a surprise. Is it the right thing to do? I don't think Matt Ryan's a bad quarterback. I don't. How do I want to put this? Matt Ryan has had a heck of a career, but it's also been on decline. It seems like ever since Super Bowl 51, it's kind of slowly gone downhill. Does that make him bad? No. You fire Dan Quinn, you bring in Arthur Smith. Coaching change. You give it one season, and they're saying it still isn't working out. We got to get rid of Matt Ryan. I don't know if they should help Matt Ryan or get rid of him, but now he's gone. Now he's left, which is a big thing. He's been in the league since, 2008. He has been in the league since 2008, and he's been with the Falcons. Now he's going to the Colts. Here's the thing. I don't know how I feel about this. And let's review the trade real quick. So, reached 2-year deal with Marcus Mariota. So they got Marcus Mariota in Atlanta. Matt Ryan's to the Colts. How many times are we going to play this game in Indianapolis where they can't get themselves a quarterback to help the – they got some weapons. They got some good offensive linemen. Guy Quentin Nelson. I love that guy from Notre Dame. I love the guys up front. You know, the Colts just need a quarterback. That's it. Matt Ryan, is he their guy? I don't know. I don't know. I think Matt Ryan is experienced. I think he had a great career in Atlanta. We're going to find out if he's really washed up and if he does need to just go ahead and retire, or if there's something about the Colts and them and quarterbacks. Because, I mean, who have they had? Andrew Luck retired. They had, who was it? Jacoby Brissett? They've had a couple other ones. Hold on. Colts quarterbacks. I'm not talking about the entire franchise history with Peyton Manning and all that. Let's see. Phillip Rivers, that's it. And now they have Carson Wentz or whatever, or Carson Wentz is wherever. I can't keep up with all this. Carson Wentz, he was traded. You know, and now he's, where is he? The Commanders. Okay, So they had Carson Wentz. They went from Andrew Luck to like this Jacoby Brissett to having Phillip Rivers to having Carson Wentz to having now Matt Ryan. They're bringing in all these experienced guys that have kind of, in ways, it seems like they've faded. Are the Colts really just going after the experience? Is that all they're doing? Is that all they want to do? I really don't know. But it does make things interesting, folks. Anyway. So, we got a couple things to talk about on the stream tonight. We're going to get into the Sweet 16 and March Madness, but I got a couple things specifically about the Crimson Tide tonight. I did call up, want to give a special shout out. Go subscribe to Touchdown Alabama Magazine on YouTube. Go check out their blog. Go check out Stephen M. Smith on Twitter. In My Own Words, the podcast. Amazing job. I want to give a special shout out to everybody on there. I love calling up, but I talked about it and I called on the show tonight about the offensive line. And I talked about some of the depth on defense and just where are we? It's incredible to see, and I got a couple things I want to talk about Alabama actually this year, but the first thing is this. The Alabama offensive line. My goodness, am I going to have a stroke over this? Oh. Okay. The Alabama offensive line this past year, was off to a great start. Halfway through, it literally was a roller coaster. It was up and down. You didn't know what you were going to get. So what happens? Here's the thing. That's going to be key to a championship this year for Alabama is the offensive line. Oh, no, you got to have receivers. You got to have a quarterback. They have all that stuff. The receivers were young. Mechie goes down. Williamson goes down. Whatever, right? You lost a couple key guys to injury. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. It's still fact. But Alabama has guys stepping up this year. Watch out for Ajay Hall. Watch out for Ja'Cory Brooks, who I think is my favorite guy coming into this next season. You'll have the tight end room with Cameron Latu. Also, don't forget the transfer and Jermaine Burton. There's a lot they bring in, right? So there's weapons to work with. But I talked tonight about the offensive line, with Mr. Stephen M. Smith. And again, I would encourage you guys, I know y'all out there, unless you're an Alabama fan, you couldn't care less. But I would suggest, though, if you do want to keep up with Alabama football, go check out Touchdown Alabama Magazine. In My Own Words, the podcast. I'll put the link here in the comments. But I was talking with Mr. Stephen M. Smith tonight, and I always have good questions for him. He always has great answers right away. But I kind of asked a little bit about the offensive line because it was a key issue this past season. Does Alabama need to step that up? Is that the key to winning a championship this year? You could sit there and say this whole offense is. Yes. But think about it like this. Bryce is good. He got rattled. He was shaken. He was knocked out for 4 quarters against Georgia. He's amazing. But I don't care what quarterback you are. Even Tom Brady. You need an offensive line as a quarterback. Because you get what Georgia had, where you had 3 or 4 different monsters. I'm talking Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, Devontae White. You got all these guys coming at you. You can't defend that. If you don't have guys blocking for you as a quarterback, I don't care how good you are. If you don't have protection in the pocket, you will not succeed at that play. You will not. Cody makes a good point. What's up, buddy? Roll Tide to you, sir. We need an offensive line to block for the quarterback so the quarterback can have time to throw. Exactly. Killing time in the pocket. Can Bryce handle pressure? A little bit. I'm not going to sit here and hype him up to the point where, he absolutely can handle the pressure. And I'm not talking about the pressure of being the Alabama quarterback. The stage is not too big. But defense gets in your face as a quarterback. He might be a Heisman 5-star, phenom, generational talent, throw the ball around, make every explosive play. He might be that. He got sacked a few times in that title game. Auburn, the Iron Bowl. Look at it last year. Why was it scoreless for 3.5 quarters until finally in the fourth quarter we tied at 10? Auburn's got a great defense. I give they got guys that they had, Zacoby McClain, Owen Papo. They had some guys on there that were really good. I give them some credit. But no, you could just tell that offensive line didn't know what to do. It's like for a split second, they forgot how to block. They forgot that these guys can come at you. These guys will force you out of position to get to the quarterback, to pressure the quarterback. It's like they forgot what to do. Bryce Young is great, right? Bryce Young is amazing. He's incredible, and he's going to be awesome. He's going to have another great season. Could he win the Heisman again? People are actually already hyping that up and saying that. It's hard to do, but if we get an offensive line and the receivers can step up, and you look at the receivers that come in, yeah, maybe he does win another title. Check this out. Look at this. This offensive line here, where was this all season long? They held on for just enough time. He can make a big throw to Mechie, right? Overall, here's what I'll say about Bryce. He's incredible. He's smart with the football. He knows what he's doing. And he's a guy that you could go after and you could say he could do it all. But if you don't have the offensive line protection for him, what good is it? I'm not saying he can't handle the pressure. Obviously, we've seen him against the pass rush, and he's done kind of okay. It's not too bad. Guys, get in his face. Look at that. Look, watch this play right here, folks. Kind of let up a little bit. He knows he's there. That's kind of in his blind spot anyway. He's already looking downfield and making a big shot for, who's that? Jameson Williams right there, going off to the races. The offensive line has got to step up. It's a team effort. It is a team effort. No doubt. So, what is going to be key for the Crimson Tide to win a championship? I love the defense coming in. Dallas Turner and Will Anderson lead a great pass rush that I think is going to be monstrous next season in 2022, or this season, if you want to be realistic as football fans. Like we're already looking ahead, right? It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. The defense is going to be there. We got guys coming in like Eli Ricks. You got a couple guys from the portal, Alabama. I'm impressed. I don't know who's going to be the coordinator. I don't know what's up with Pete Golding. I know he had a DUI arrest, so I don't know who's calling plays. I don't know what to expect, but you got some guys that are talented enough that can go out on the field, and I'm hearing great things about the defense. I'm concerned about the offensive line this year, right? And we'll talk more about Bryce Young in this next segment I'm fixing to bring up. But the offensive line has enough depth. You got guys in there like the Brockmeyer twins. You got, Kendall Randolph. You got some guys in there like J.C. Latham. There's a couple guys that can step up for the Crimson Tide this year on the O-line that can be a key game-changing tackle that can block for your quarterback in Bryce Young. They can do that. And I think that they will. But if Alabama wants to win a title, there's a lot that goes into winning a title. Nick Saban knows that. It's not just the offensive line. But if you ask me, based on what I saw this past year, based on the fact that, and again, I mentioned they lost Leatherwood, they lost Jedrick Wills the past couple years, they lost Landon Dickerson. They lost him, the center, the glue for that O-line in 2020. That magical season we just had in 2020. That O-line's gone. So I could understand last year, it's just inexperience and everything. I could understand that. No excuses, though. But it's fair. Some guys are young. You work with them, okay. If they don't fix the offensive line. I'm not saying Bryce cannot handle pressure. But at some points, say whatever you want about our regular season schedule. Oh, you got Utah State in the opener. You don't need an O-line. They're trash. You got Vanderbilt on the schedule. You got Texas. We got teams like Auburn down the road. We got teams like Texas A&M. Let's say if we do, even though Georgia's losing a lot, they're the defending champs. And Kirby still recruits greatly on the defensive side of the ball. Let's say they do face in Atlanta. Or they face, if Clemson can get back to it, whoever it is in the playoffs, defense is still winning you championships. So it might not matter early on. But if you get to a point in the season where you need an offensive line and you need some help to win a game and it's not there, your season's done. So the offensive line for Alabama, I'll say this, is the key for the Crimson Tide to go forward this year and win it all. They got to step it up, protect Bryce Young, help him out some, and let's go win a national title here in 2022. Okay. Anyway, that does it for the first segment. Speaking of, I do want to I got quite a bit on Alabama tonight. I got another one. So we talk about the offensive line for Alabama, and we talk a little bit about Bryce Young, right? This year for Bryce Young is not to prove anything to anybody. I don't think he has much to prove. I think he proved it last year. He can launch the ball. He can make big explosive plays. He can work with the receivers. It's to improve, right? He actually had a presser, I think it was today. Take a listen to what quarterback Bryce Young for Alabama had to say this afternoon.
Bryce, anyone that saw you after the national championship game tell you took that really hard because you're a competitor. How long did it take you to get over that?
It took a little bit. Anytime, obviously, something as national championship, that's something you dream of, something you work for, and when it doesn't go your way, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And for me, it was kind of trying to transition from the emotions of the game, the immediate emotions, to the anger you feel at yourself, and you look back and wish you could have had plays back, time travel. So what am I going to do to improve, to get better, to learn from those mistakes? So it's really been the process of turning that page for me, and not looking at it as you want it back, but all right, I did this, that wasn't successful. What can I do to grow? And this is exactly what spring practice is for.
It kind of froze up for me, but I know sometimes it won't freeze up on YouTube's end. So I don't know if you heard all that, but he basically was saying that it's not about, like he's focused on himself. He wants to do what he can personally to help the team. That's a humble quarterback. I love Bryce. He's a very good, faithful Christian human being. Got good heart, good character, and he's a team leader. His leadership is amazing. He's not trying. Here's the thing. From a media and national standpoint, be honest. Do you have to go into this season? Are you looking at Bryce Young and saying, I want to see if he's really that good of a quarterback? I want to see if he really is that Heisman quarterback. No, we know what he is. What he did at Mater Dei, which I thought it was Mater Dei, but I think it's Mater Dei. Anyway, what he did in high school in California, he brought over to T-Town in Tuscaloosa and did great. Now, you give him a full-on offensive line that wants to block and do what they can to help him, that's another story. Maybe if the offensive line can step it up like we just talked about, does that help him out a lot going forward? I think it's a great possibility. This year for Bryce Young is to improve. It's not to prove anything. Oh, prove you're a Heisman quarterback. Prove that you've got the arm strength. Prove that you can be a team leader. No, we know. But he could get better. There's always room for improvement. Nobody is perfect. So how does he do that? What does he want to do? Let me share real quick with you this ESPN article that kind of covered some of what you just heard in his comments, but Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback Bryce Young has a really long list of things to improve on. This from Alex Scarborough, putting this out at 2:04 Central Time earlier. A staff writer for ESPN, always covering the Crimson Tide, though, I noticed. Alabama quarterback Bryce Young said it was a process turning the page after losing to Georgia in the national championship game. But he's asked himself in the weeks and months leading up to spring practice, what can I do to grow? Young won the Heisman Trophy and went 13-2 in his first season as the starter. All told, he threw for 4,872 yards, 47 touchdowns, 7 interceptions as a sophomore. He also ran for 3 scores, so 3 rushing touchdowns, obviously. And it gets to his comments, which you heard a little bit of, but he said, I'm trying to do a better job of communicating with all my guys and making sure that we're on the same page whenever I'm changing something or there's something that may not be as clear. And then, of course, now it's a lot about trying to build chemistry, timing with guys around me, and making sure that we're all on the same page. And there's a lot of stuff I want to improve on, just, the regular stuff of accuracy and all that. So he knows he's got things to work on. Every quarterback, remember when we hyped up Trevor Lawrence? We said, this kid's phenomenal. He just blew out Alabama. He just everything he did against Alabama, everything he did in his freshman year, and then he started out the season after not losing, but not looking like what he was. And we questioned what was wrong with him. What's going on? Why is he struggling? He shouldn't be doing this. They're human. They're college kids. They're going to mess up. They get in that moment. The pressure's on them. Maybe it's the hype. Was it the Heisman? Heisman got your tongue, Bryce Young. Did it get you a little bit? That's okay. It happens. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I don't know what it was other than Georgia being that dominant and prepared to take Bryce Young out in that game that caused him to stumble and have a night like he didn't have really since maybe an early high school game early on at Mater Dei. But overall, he's not looking to prove anybody everything, but he's trying to improve. And there's a big difference. Improve means get better. Prove is like, here, I'll show you I'm good. Or let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you this. He doesn't need to show us anything. He's not even doing it for us. Even if we're looking for something from him, he's only doing it for himself because he wants to be a quarterback in the NFL someday. I would assume. Maybe he wants to take his degree. I don't know. But Bryce Young this year in 2022, right? It's not about proving himself. It's just improving and trying to get better. The whole team, not even just Bryce Young. I mentioned some guys. Kendall Randolph, J.C. Latham on the offensive line. You have guys stepping up at wide receiver. Jamar Gibbs coming in, right? These guys, even the transfers want to get better. They go to Alabama because they want to be part of the best program, right? They want to be part of the standard in college football. Bryce Young, even, he doesn't really have to prove much. What? Just losing to Georgia. You won the Heisman last year, bro. You won the Heisman. You won the Heisman Trophy. You might have lost the national title, but you won the Heisman. What more could you want for a quarterback? And this, there we go. I don't know if it cut out on me, but this year in 2022, Alabama just wants to win a title. They don't got to prove anything. Nick Saban doesn't have to prove anything. Bryce doesn't have to prove anything. They just need to improve. And like I said, major difference between the two terms. This team's going to be on a mission in 2022. We congratulate Georgia. Give them all the credit. Nothing but love and respect. You earned it. This year, hopefully it's Bama's time to take back the crown. All right. I practically went through everything I wanted to, although I do want to double check on the Sweet 16. But if you want to join in, anybody's welcome on. We talk college football. We talk whatever you want. Come on in. I dropped the link. Let's go. My guy, Keith, what's up?
Hey, Ballard, how's it going?
Good. Is it like breaking up on your end? Because I know my internet's a little slow, so I don't know how it sounds.
You sound good to me here.
Okay. It's probably just my end being slow then.
I'm trying to talk softly today,
I can hear you. I can hear you, though. I can hear it fine. It just looks like my camera's acting up just a little bit, like a split-second difference.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if you if you saw the video I posted today, but that was hilarious.
I missed it. What was it? Can I show it real quick?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay.
You'll be crying in laughter the first minute and a half.
No, I better. Now you done. Now you got me. Let's see what Keith Shelley. Y'all go subscribe to him. Is it the Freddie Freeman one?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see what this is. Is a snake? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's a snake. Well, this is CF. What? What do you mean? I'm not talking about college football today. Well, this is a college football.
Oh, no. Don't load on me.
What are you talking about? But I'm supposed to be talking about baseball. Okay, I'm an Atlanta fan. We won the World Series. What? Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Freddie Freeman to L.A. Wait, what are you talking about, Freddie Freeman to L.A.? Why does my back hurt? Oh, my back. What? What is this? What? It's a sign. Freddie Freeman knife? Oh, man.
Stab the Braves fans in the back.
Why my back hurts. Well, we know why now. Freddie Freeman stabbing all of us Atlanta baseball fans in the back. Going to LA. He was playing hardball. And this with Atlanta, and Atlanta said we couldn't play hardball with you. And this is, of course, after Freddie Freeman, and this is why I hate professional sports and why I hate getting invested in professional sports. These professional players could give a care less about you. They really could. Freddie Freeman isn't a nice guy. He's the bad guy. And I know that opinion and everything isn't going to sit well for most of you watching this. But let's be honest. Freddie Freeman sold you a bill of goods. I'm going to be an Atlanta Brave forever. I'm going to be back in Atlanta next season. We're going to make another run at another champ. No. He lied. Flat out. 100% lied to us, Atlanta Braves fans.
I remember when he said that stuff too.
I can't imagine. You know, I thought I was a huge Freddie Freeman fan. I'm lost for words. It's speechless. How somebody could play with my emotions, could play with the whole entire Atlanta Braves fans' emotions like that and leave for LA. He is a bigger snake than Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant left the Oklahoma City Thunder to go to Golden State.
Yeah.
He's a bigger snake. The biggest snake I've ever seen. And quite honestly, I'm glad we picked up Matt Olson. Matt Olson is a younger and probably will be, he's starting to enter that realm of being a great baseball player, and he's starting to come around. And I'm going to enjoy watching Matt Olson. But this isn't about Matt Olson. This is about Freddie Freeman. Of course, Matt Olson, we picked him up instead of Freddie Freeman for obvious reasons. Now, he's a good baseball player. Last season, he hit upwards of 35-plus home runs. I think it was like 38 or 39 home runs. Ace fans are furious at their organization for letting Matt Olson go, but I'm glad we got him. I would rather have Freddie Freeman back. But of course, Freddie Freeman didn't care about being a Braves fan favorite for life, or being an Atlanta Brave for life. He didn't want to end his career in Atlanta. He wanted to become a Dodger. He grew up in California. He wanted to become a Dodger. But he's been selling this bill of goods of, oh, look at me. I'm Freddie Freeman. I'm going to be your best friend to the end. And then, just like Chucky, he stabs you in the back.
Like Chucky.
Over here, all the Atlanta Braves fans are playing the role of Julius Caesar. As we've been stabbed multiple times in the back by Freddie Freeman and his bunch of greedy agents. And of course, Freddie Freeman is a greedy person. No, because why else would you go like that? Why else would you do what you did? I can sit on here and I can talk for minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I don't know. I could probably talk about it. I'm so frustrated, and obviously I let everybody else cover that. Oh, Freddie Freeman, he'll be missed. No, I don't miss him. Good riddance, Freddie Freeman. Good riddance to you and your family. Y'all can go back to California and live your lives. And don't ever step your foot back in the state of Georgia ever again. Unless you lose to my Atlanta Braves. We'll accept your humble defeat all the time. And I'm just, to me though, Freddie Freeman, I thought was going to be the next Chipper Jones. I thought he was going to be the guy that was going to be another Hall of Famer like Del Murphy, Hank Aaron.
And I'll pause this real quick, and just for the record, I think I would fully agree with that. Unfortunately, like you said, there's a giant knife in the back of Braves fans everywhere. And yeah, what a traitor. Sorry.
And Chipper Jones, Phil Necro, all these people, great baseball players. I thought this was the guy that was going to be a Brave for life and be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And it's just great. But other than that, I can't. It's just so retarded and ridiculous. I'll talk to y'all again real soon. Braves baseball is coming up, and it's going to be great. We still got Acuna Jr., we still have Albies, we still have Ozuna apparently is being able to play baseball after all that he went through. We'll probably pick up Soler, and we've made Kenley Jensen come back. There's a lot of good things happening for the Braves, but I'll talk to you guys real soon. Go Dogs and go Braves.
Taking a loss to
And
the
Freddie
Ravens.
Freeman's a snake, and I wish all the misfortune on your baseball career. Peace.
I think that was a good video, and obviously that was opinionated and giving your thoughts on that. So I mean, it, good video. More so, I should say. I mean, I like that you were just very open and express your opinions. And honestly, I would kind of agree. I mean, if I'm a Braves fan, I mean, you don't hate anybody. I never really hate anybody.
I don't hate Freddie.
Right.
He, at the end of the day,
like that though was awesome. I mean, you took a giant knife, stuck it in the Braves fans' backs, and now we're trying to get it out. I like that analogy and everything. And honestly, I mean, I saw Twitter just blowing up with Braves fans like, what the hell is happening? Why the hell is he leaving? And if you leave, don't come back or whatever. I mean, it wasn't like anything major, but they're just like, well, fine, you want to leave and stab us in the back, like you pointed out or something. It's like, I mean, I feel you guys, man. He's been a long time Brave and was on track to be a Braves Hall of Famer, I think, one day. And, I mean, there was no reason for him to leave anyway. Everything was working out.
And Ballard, I saw the contracts and everything. He's making less money playing for LA than he is playing for Atlanta. Ultimately, he got greedy. Chipper Jones sat this man down and told him, "Hey, listen, I know what you're thinking. You've won a World Series with Atlanta. You're an MVP from last season, and you want to make all this money, but don't play hardball with Atlanta. Just don't do it.
Right.
Don't play super hard with them, because ultimately they're gonna figure out they're gonna be premature or whatever the case may be. They're gonna be like, you want too much, we're backing out." We'll find somebody else. And that's what we did. And Chipper told this man this. He said, if you want to be an Atlanta Brave for life, this is what you have to do that. And Chipper's been there and done that. He's been
Right.
down the same road Freddie's been down. Because there were tons of teams that would have loved to sign Chipper Jones.
Of course. Anybody would have.
As the best switch hitting third baseman of all time.
Yeah.
But Chipper Jones had to play. He had to play the game, the money game, but he had to play it in a manner in which made sense both to the Atlanta Braves organization and as well to him and his family. But Freddie Freeman didn't play that way. Freddie Freeman played it like it was all about the money to Freddie Freeman. That's how he played it.
Yeah.
Because he got all those people in his ear. He got Shaquille O'Neal and all those people chirping at him. You need to push for big money. And Atlanta, we just don't have that kind of money to spend on sports like LA or New York Yankees do. And it's just, at the end of the day, now he's playing for LA on a 6-year, $168 million deal. And you'd say, oh, well, that's great. But the 6-year, they can drop him. The 6-year, they can drop the 68 million or something like that. And he's only playing for like 130 million for the last season. They can just ship him on out to another team, and the other team has to front the 30-something million dollars.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Like I said, man, there was no, and you can't, they're human. Players in sports are human. They make life decisions that are best for them, and you can't hate on them for that. And I know you're not necessarily trying to hate on Freddie Freeman, but like we were saying, like, what was why leave Atlanta? There was nothing going wrong. It was like, and it was out of nowhere too. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I just
if you would have asked anybody after the World Series, is Freddie Freeman going anywhere other than Atlanta?
they would have
He would
said
say
hell no.
no. And even Freddie would have said that, and his agents probably would have said the same thing. But it's unfortunate that that the game and the players are just so, it is like you said, it's all about, family and tying in money and everything. I mean, the sad situation is that Freddie's going to get even less than what he would have gotten in Atlanta. And 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 the thing is this is how LA treats baseball players and future Hall of Famers and stuff like this. They don't goad them as a hero. They just goad them as another great player that entered LA for a couple years and just leave.
Yeah,
That's
man,
it.
that's crazy. Yeah, I saw something earlier. I just remembered it, and I have to pull this up. I forget a banner. Did you? I mean, obviously you follow the Braves, but do you follow baseball itself in general? Do you try to at least sometimes?
Yeah, I try to sometimes.
Okay, so I I'm originally from the Tampa area in Florida, but I moved up here a year ago in Alabama. But
That was
I
another
do.
team that was in consideration for Freddie.
Yes, but did you see what happened with Tampa this weekend? They have this new technology where hold on, let me share this. I got a couple of them, but they have it's a company called PitchCom, and it's electronic pitch calling device. Yeah, now I don't think this is like the sign stealing crap that the Astros had, but it would tell. Hold on, what does this say? On Saturday, the Rays used a new pitch calling system developed by PitchCom that allows players to exchange signals using a minimal amount of technology. Wow. Okay. So I guess I don't know if it like talks to your other players or whatever that you tell them, hey, this is what I'm going to pitch without the other team having to know. Which, if that's the case, I don't really see that as necessarily cheating. That's just telling your guys to get ready. Technology's come a long way in this world, but I never thought I'd see it hit baseball like this. Honestly, I think this is pretty interesting, but I'm also like, now, if this is the case, you imagine this spreading all throughout baseball or whatever. I mean, teams take advantage of that. Is that going to do baseball the wrong way?
Oh, I saw a thing on Fansided that MLB, that some of these teams are wanting to ban the shift outright in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
We have universal DH now too, so I mean,
They even bring up here, you remember the Astros sign stealing scandal that went on a couple years ago from the 2017 World Series? Still recent sign stealing controversies, including the one involving the Houston Astros, as well as a desire to improve the pace of play by cutting down on unnecessary time wasters, have likely paved the way for this to become the norm someday soon. Basically, just having these technologies in the actual game, it's crazy. I don't. Let's see. So this actually came from Vanderbilt, but Scott Brown, the pitching coach. Let's see. This was the first year it's been legal for a college pitcher to wear something like that. Let's see. Scott Brown, the Vanderbilt pitching coach, is punching numbers into a controller. He has, and all 9 Vanderbilt players on the field have one. They all see the same thing that tells the pitcher what type of pitch to throw and where or how to throw it. And I guess for the outfield and the infield, I mean, I guess that helps them get ready in position in case it's hit. So, I mean, but I don't know if that's necessarily – that's interesting. But I'm so old-fashioned with baseball. I don't like it. I'm just going to say I don't like it. I'm not saying it's cheating or anything. I'm just – man, this is America's pastime.
well, I'm kind of in the same boat you are in, Ballard, with this. I think it's cool and neat that they're trying to incorporate technology and new and inventive ways to try to learn and develop players and whatnot. But at the same time, it's really it feels to me like this technology is really gray area, and
Yeah.
it's like in between cheating and not cheating, you know.
Yeah, I just see the thing about it for me is, I mean, technology is what it is and where it is with the world right now. Like, it's everywhere, and some things are just like, surprise, surprise, technology's entered baseball or it's entering football or wherever it's going to enter, whether it's sports or not. It's just there. It's something that, my generation has brought on, and we really we can't get past it. And it's like it's there, you can't avoid it, and it just is what it is. So I don't know, but I hope this does not involve. Like, I hope that the players don't take advantage of it and do something stupid. That's where I'm at with this. Just don't do something stupid with it, and maybe I'll be okay. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like how instant replay was with college football
Yeah.
and football in general. It's new and it's going to be on the edge, and we'll see what if this actually forms into something like instant replay, or if this takes, or if the MLB, if the people up in New York decide to just outright ban it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting, but I don't know exactly how it will.
Yeah. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? And I know you've been in the comments for a little while. What are your thoughts on this technology in baseball?
I don't really know. Are y'all talking about the instant replay?
No. Well, we kind of brought that up a little bit with football and how technology has kind of helped college football out. But there's like this new pitching technology that will tell the pitcher what the best pitch to use is. There's like some weird wiring or
No,
whatever. I don't think it's cheating,
No.
but I think it gives like advantage in an unfair way. Because let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
that's
Okay,
no. Oh,
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
That makes me upset. That's
Yeah.
like
Because
what?
here's how I see it. If you're gonna tell the pitcher what to pitch or what the best option could be right there, then why the hell would you not make something for the batter and say, hey, you might want to bunt here or don't swing, or you might want to step out of the box and go ahead and do that because of what they're going to throw. If you're going to give technology to one player on the field, give it to all of them. Or not have it at all. In fact, don't have it at all, really. I mean, it's cool to see where technology, I mean, it's interesting. I'm not saying this is good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's interesting. But I'm not really all for this.
Elon Musk
This is
type
something
innovation in baseball.
This is something you use like when you're going to in your backyard and you play baseball with your friends or something. This is not MLB material.
It's not baseball.
You know, well, yeah, if you're having fun every now and then, okay.
You
yeah.
never knew what pitch was going to come. You took a swing, and if you hit it, you got on base, and if you didn't, swing and a miss, and it's going to be a strike.
This just doesn't. I don't like this at all. This makes me upset.
Right. I think it's stupid.
I don't even know. Like that's like literally tell the quarterback, you know, where all the pressure is or where to throw the ball. You know, that's not. Or telling the running back which hole to run through. That's so stupid. I don't even I don't even know what to say to that. I'm sorry.
Well, Jacob, the way you put it, and this is interesting, is like it takes the professionalism out of baseball. It takes out what these kids were trying to learn how to
It
do,
takes
and
out the whole talent thing. Because think about it,
Yeah.
baseball players are talented.
And you're taught from like an early age pitch recognition and stuff like that, and now it just seems like if that technology's introduced, all that just goes out the window, and anybody could become a professional athlete.
Yeah,
That's true.
It looks like I'm signing up for the MLB soon because I can definitely follow wherever that device tells me to go.
I'm going to go to the MLB, and they're going to be like, you want to use the pitch technology? I'll be like, screw that. Just throw me a curveball.
Go to
know what I mean?
Cooperstown. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's crazy. I mean, it's cool, like the ideas and everything, but there's a line to be drawn with technology. I mean, this is my generation right here we're talking about too, and it's just like, what?
I don't care what generation this is. This is.
I don't care either. I'm sick. I'm fed up with my generation. I don't claim them.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Jacob. I found this in your back. I took it out for you.
What? What's that?
Did you watch his video earlier?
A knife. Oh, the Freddie Freeman video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. Freddie Freeman is a snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to check that one out. That was actually pretty good. I was like,
yeah.
did like a coloring of knife. But no, Ballard, that best friend till the end thing, that's like something Chucky says all the time.
Yeah. Honestly, I've only heard about the Chucky movies. I haven't grown the stones to just find a night to sit down and watch that. And let me remind you too, so I don't bother my grandparents. If I do watch something, I have my computer and I'm on my bed just laying there, and my face is just kind of close to the screen. So you imagine the jump scares. Be like, oh man, I gotta find time for that.
But I just, you know, that was just something to take my emotions out on with when it came to Freddie Freeman and everything. I mean, Atlanta got Kenley Jansen. I don't know why people aren't talking more about that because that's huge. Of course, that's the guy that played all of his life in LA. He was an LA Dodger forever. And
Hey, they get all these players. You guys, that you guys lost 5-0 to the Red Sox today. I'm not saying that's a troll, but I missed a lot of baseball this morning. Hey, my team
it's
lost.
spring training. That doesn't really count,
Yeah,
It's
useless.
That's like saying that Georgia beat Alabama in a spring game or something. Like, that doesn't really, you know.
I hope we
It-
win our spring game.
They're scrimmage games. They're
Well,
just
of
trying
course
to get you
Win
back
it.
into
I mean, you're playing yourselves.
What'd
yeah.
you say, Jacob?
I said you're playing yourselves. Of course you're going to win it.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, well, if you lose it, there's big problems over there at
Yeah, if
Alabama.
we lose this game, I'm gonna be pissed.
And by the way, Ballard, you might not know this, but Acuna Jr. isn't Ronald Acuna Jr. isn't playing any spring games, and he's gonna miss like the first like a week or two of the regular season before he can come back.
Spring
Oh,
are actually
that's
very important, though. Like, that's how I identified a couple of stars in Georgia's team.
yeah.
Like, last year's spring game is a spring game. I found out Jalen Carter and Donnie Mitchell were good players. Jalen Carter is starring Donnie Mitchell on the rise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Spring is interesting, and there's a lot of cool things to look out for in spring for UGA. Sure, there's the same thing for your Alabama Crimson Tide, their
Oh yeah.
Ballard.
Nick
Um,
almost got run over last year.
Ballard. Quick question. Here for an Alabama man as yourself, who
It's
is the
okay.
number two?
You can say Gump, but go on.
Well, who is Alabama's number 2 wide receiver? Because
Oh
they
Jai Hall.
damn. Yeah, it might. It's not. I think it's still up to be decided, but I would say maybe Ajay Hall is up next. Now, okay, coming
Like, I would
in.
assume Jermaine Burton would be number one, right?
yeah, Jermaine Burton's number
Yeah,
1.
I mean, well, let me. I know I talked to some Georgia fan about this, but like what we're getting in Jermaine Burton, was he like he wasn't the best you had, but he was still like really good at like he could play in an elite
Good.
level, right?
You
Like
know,
he's gonna be great.
if I'm being really honest, he kind of disappointed for his talent level, but he was still pretty good for us. I'm not going to.
All right.
He's so much
I
more talented than he played like, though.
Jermaine Burton, to me, he's good, and the only reason why he's middle of the pack is because Georgia just had and has just really great wide receiver depth, and everybody's just at the same level pretty much.
Yeah.
Our our our, our wide receivers are just that talented and that good, but I I'm kind of in the boat where I think Alabama's forgotten how to develop these wide receivers.
All right.
I mean,
All right, Keith, look.
I mean, look, we're only 4 years removed from the Henry Ruggs and Jerry Judy's that we had. I mean,
I,
I don't
2
think that.
years from Devontae Smith winning the Heisman. What do you mean we forgot to develop the receivers,
I mean,
man?
I think y'all are forgetting a little bit how to develop, and you're
Keith,
leaning on the transfer portal a little bit too hard in your wide receiver room.
let's just be
That's all
Well,
I'm
this
saying.
year only. I mean,
I'm going to be a realist here. I'm just going to say that Bama, those receivers are just not ready for the moment. Alabama can still evaluate and develop receivers very well. I mean, I
we
don't.
did have a lot of young guys. this past
They
year. If
aren't
you,
ready for the moment in my
I'm just trolling, Jacob. I'm just trolling.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Sean,
okay.
okay.
I got.
I thought you were being
I
serious.
was,
No.
dude, you are good at trolling. You sounded dead serious. You're like,
No.
I just don't know if Alabama is used to developing their receiver. I took that seriously, bro.
No, obviously Alabama's really good at developing their wide receivers.
Yeah.
Devonta Smith and even Mechie was a pretty good wide receiver. So of course y'all can develop. I mean, I was just sitting over here making a joke, just trolling. Um, I do it stone face too, so it makes me sound serious sometimes.
Here's
And
the thing about Jermaine Burton being your number one wide receiver, though. He's not no Jameson Williams. He's not no Amari Cooper. He's not the Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. I wouldn't even say he's John Mechie.
No.
He's not. He's going to be an underwhelming number one wide receiver compared to Alabama's other number one wide receivers the past years.
I can agree with that.
Definitely ain't Julio Jones.
Oh man. Can we get him back, please? Can he come back to college?
But well, he's just gonna be injured the whole time.
Well, let me introduce you to Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, well. Anyways, my point was is Jermaine Burton's not gonna be the number one wide receiver Bama wants. I think the
Right.
only way Bama could fix that is if Ajayi Hall and Corey Brooks just takes this humongous.
See, those are the guys. Those are the guys that are going to step up and break out. And I even said when we got,
well, you
Jermaine
need
Burton,
them to. You
Right,
need those
right,
guys.
right.
To-
I said when we first got Jermaine Burton a few weeks back, going back, I think it's been a month and a half at this point, but when we got him, I said he had great experience and he was at least decent at Georgia. Him being a transfer, by the way, does not automatically guarantee that he's going to be in a starting role, especially with Nick Saban. Even the transfers want to work their tails off to get on the field full time as a starter, right? Now, I think he's going to be there, but he's not a transfer guy coming in is not the best guy on the team.
Can I say this? Can I say this, Ballard?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't. If Jermaine Burton, I think Alabama's gonna have to have one of the young guys be number one wide receiver. I don't think Jermaine Burton's number one wide receiver material. The only
I'm not
reason
saying he is.
the only reason why he played number one wide receiver a little bit at Georgia is because we're a running team. It doesn't matter as much. But when you're a throwing team like Alabama, you guys got to find one of the one guys. I mean, I just don't think Jermaine Burton's going to work at wide receiver one. I'm just going to be real.
And I think the same could even be said for if you look at the running back position, we brought in Georgia Tech Jamari Gibbs. Who's to say
Jameer.
he's going to beat out? Oh yeah, Jameer. Who's to say he's going to beat out like the Trey Sanders or
Jameer Gibbs.
Roydell Williams? Like, there's some guys that have been working hard at that position for Alabama behind Brian Robinson, who I think is going pro now. But I mean, these transfers got to work their way up.
I think Jameer Gibbs is a great running back. Okay, that's my opinion. I really do. But here's the problem, though. That's not going to fix Alabama's run game because Brian Robinson, that was not his fault last year for Alabama's run game. It was the offensive line. So
I mentioned that earlier in the stream too.
If that doesn't get better, then Jameer Gibbs is going to be a non-factor. That's just the truth.
It's like, what good is it if the O-line's not going to do their part?
Yeah, Brian Robinson, in my opinion, I mean, that guy broke so many tackles last year, But the offensive line it just felt like Brian Robinson was getting hit in the backfield the whole time. So if Alabama built run game, the offensive line.
Who the hell is Jonathan Bennett? When did we pick him up?
Jonathan Bennett.
He's a sophomore. Dude, look at this. I want you to hear his size. He's a running back, and I'm not here to poke fun. He is 5'8" at a running back position.
Ballard, I know who that guy is. That guy was cutting my hair at the barbershop last week. I remember him.
We'll take anybody here in T-Town, folks.
Hey, it's Nick Saban's nephew, okay?
Nick Saban's nephew. But
Jonathan Bennett. He's not Stetson's cousin, is he?
Okay, so Ballard, I know why he's there. I think I know why
Bennett.
he's there. Remember we only had one healthy scholarship running back last year?
That's true.
I think that's why he's there.
Yeah.
Well, that would be my guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
I will admit that some health issues with guys, especially like a Trey Sanders. I mean, there are some issues there where you look at it and maybe some guys on the outside looking in are saying, hey, they're struggling and they need some help at that position. Can I go in and maybe prove myself? Can this be where, I have my moment?
I mean, and Alabama needs another running back to step up this year. It can't just be Jahmyr Gibbs. And I know Nick Saban's done this one running back thing in the past, but here's the truth. How banged up was Brian Robinson at the end of the season last year?
He was pretty banged up. And I'll tell you what, I see two guys on here at the running back position. I'm watching either number 23, Roydell Williams, or number 21, Jace McClellan, to step up this season.
And it's a similar situation to what happened at Auburn in 2017 with Kerryon Johnson. That guy couldn't really run the ball anymore at the end of the season.
They did a bunch of weird Wildcat stuff with him, too.
This isn't the 1980s. You got to have multiple running backs in the backfield running the ball.
The linebackers are really large, too. Hey, Ballard, what do you think about the Atlanta Falcons, though? Oh, no.
You need to be asking Jacob at this point.
Jacob, this is why I get emotionally invested in these teams because I'm from Georgia and I root for all the Georgia teams. And then they do stuff. So literally, this is what happens. So Atlanta Braves fail to sign Freddie Freeman, and the Atlanta Falcons say, "Hold my beer."
I'm okay with the Braves right now. They've satisfied me with their World Series championship.
Hold my beer.
But
well, Atlanta has signed a new quarterback though.
Who?
Marcus Mariota.
Jeez.
He can't even get the words. He can't even finish his sentences there.
Wow.
2-year deal.
I still don't. All right, this is what I want to do. I still want to draft Jermaine Johnson in the first round. Get a quarterback in the second round. That's what I want to do.
Oh, and by the way, Ballard, you would think, oh, well, we traded Matt Ryan. Surely we got like a first round pick, somewhat like a fourth string quarterback or something.
You need to start Felipe Franks.
Nope. We got a third round draft pick and cash consideration.
The worst part is this $40 million.
And the Falcons fell into the trap.
The worst part about this is the $40 million dead cap we have to pay them next year, which I really don't want.
They bought it.
A third of our cap. That goes to a player who's not playing for our team anymore. So
I don't know what y'all are gonna do, but y'all see this is how do we know Coach Smith, Arthur Smith? Here's your depth chart. Let's pull this up. Let's look at the Falcons. We are going to look at the Falcons quarterback depth chart. Hell, let's look at the whole depth chart. I don't care, but Marcus Mariota and then Felipe Franks. Now, Marcus Mariota, what's his deal? Like, how many years did you guys sign him to? It wasn't long term, was it?
Two. It's just a 2-year deal.
I mean,
y'all got to draft a guy.
This guy, I have nothing else to say. I'm just gonna have to
tank for Bryce Young. I know you don't want to hear it as Georgia fans, but be real. Why not go all in on him? Why not?
But Mariota played pretty well with the Raiders, so I'm not completely against giving him a chance, but I still might want to draft a quarterback. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, it's I hate Atlanta Falcons back room. Their Alex Anthopoulos for the Atlanta Braves is A+ to S when it comes
Oh, you're talking
to.
about that back room string?
No, I'm talking about like the people who sign the paychecks and do all the trading deals and everything.
Yeah, that. Bryce.
Alex Anthopoulos,
Whoa.
probably the best in baseball to do it. Right now. I'm not talking about past or future or anything like that. But right now, Alex Anthopoulos for the Atlanta Braves probably the best GM in baseball. Turn
Yeah.
to Falcons, and I don't know what their GM is smoking, but we traded Julio Jones for a third or fourth round pick and didn't get anything else from him. And then we trade Matt Ryan, so we trade our two best players for nothing more than a third round pick.
All right, it's time to get rid of Mr. Terry Promenade. I think that's his name, right? That's your GM, right?
Yeah, it's time for
Yeah,
something to
it's time for him
happen.
to go. I know he's only been there for about a year, but this guy makes no sense. If you're going to trade our best players, give us a value, man. How do you not get a first to Julio Jones? First of all, how's that like? And then Matt Ryan, well, he's a quarterback. You should at least be getting 2 to 3 first round picks for him. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Jacob. At least we signed Lorenzo Carter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you
Well,
get him?
Yep, we got him from the Giants.
he's
So,
good, but he ain't no star like he was in college.
but we dropped Hayden Hurst, and
What?
yeah, we dropped Hayden Hurst too.
Oh yeah, I
No.
don't have a problem with that. We got Kyle Pitts.
I don't have too much, but we also dropped Foyce to Luakon as well.
Oh no, I have a problem with that. I mean,
Yeah, I think we traded
I
Foyce
think
to
Lorenzo Carter,
Luakon.
Ballard, just get that off the screen. Falcons needs.
Am I wrong though? I
I mean,
mean,
not really, but geez, Ballard, you don't gotta do us like that. Anyways, though, my point was, okay, Hayden Hurst can go. We got Kyle Pitts now. That's fine. Force Lucan, I think Lorenzo Carter can be the replacement for him because he got similar play styles.
Yeah,
So
but
and I
But
actually like
really,
Lorenzo
what are we
Carter.
doing? I mean, what is the Falcons doing? I mean, like, we need two guys. We need two. We need Foyce Oluokun. We needed Foyce Oluokun and somebody else. So getting rid of Oluokun and just bringing in Lorenzo Carter isn't going to work it unless we're trying to maybe get somebody like a N'Kobe Dean or somebody like that.
Oh no, that's not. We need to get a pass rusher, so Jermaine Johnson.
hey Jacob, let me ask you real quick. What you think of the Sweet 16 matchups coming up, man?
I think St. Peter's is a clear national champion, and Kansas, Duke, and Gonzaga just need to move out the way.
Oh, are
No,
you
I'm
trolling or are you
kidding.
being for real about
No,
St.
I'm
Peter's?
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm actually being honest this year. This might be the best bracket I've ever picked. All 4 of my Final Four picks are still here.
these are gonna be, yeah. You got a
Like, yeah,
Gonzaga and Arkansas.
I'm being serious.
Yeah,
This might be the best bracket I've ever had before.
these are gonna be fun.
Okay, can I pick my winners?
Yeah,
Just,
sure, man. Let's
I'll
go.
make it quick. I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got Purdue. Okay. I got Gonzaga. Although Arkansas will pose a threat, but I got Gonzaga.
Okay.
Villanova, but Michigan's very physical, so that'll be interesting. Duke, wouldn't be surprised if Texas Tech won. I'm gonna pick Houston in an upset. I really believe in them.
Oh, I
And
like
I
that.
made
I
that
like
pick.
that. Okay.
I made that pick before the tournament as well. Okay, so
Okay.
I don't switch up a lot. I don't think I ever have. In
All
a
right.
long
Let's go to Friday. Yeah.
Friday. Okay.
So
It's
St. Peter's, Purdue.
Purdue. uh, no disrespect to the Peacocks, but Kansas, I don't think Providence is a good team. I think I think they're getting a little bit lucky, to be honest. So Kansas and blowout. Wouldn't be shocked if UNC won it, but I'm gonna go UCLA.
I'm gonna reverse you there. I'm gonna go North Carolina with an upset. I think they get
Okay.
some defense going in that one.
And then Miami and Iowa State. I don't know how to pick that one.
That's a coin flip right there.
I
I mean, does Miami use the Auburn win as momentum?
Well, Iowa State beat a Wisconsin team that I also think is really good. So,
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna go Miami.
Okay.
I'll go Miami.
Is that 16 right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then we get to the Elite Eight on Sunday. Okay.
And
I like
guess
it.
what? The same teams that had gone to the Final Four before the tournament are the same teams that have gone to the Final Four now.
Are they all still alive? You had Kansas.
Yeah.
You had Duke.
Gonzaga.
You have Duke, right?
Yeah, and Purdue. All four. I think this is the best bracket I've ever had. No joke.
Hold on. Kansas, Purdue, Duke, and who was the fourth?
No, I didn't have Duke. Gonzaga. And then so Gonzaga, Purdue, Kansas, Houston.
Yeah, you still got all four of those, man. You could get this.
And I think all my Elite Eights are in there, except one.
Okay.
Wisconsin's out. But other than that, all my other Elite Eight picks aren't in there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking pretty good.
There you go.
Thank God I didn't buy into Kentucky, and I picked them to lose in the second round. That's called me being smart.
I cried tears of joy when St. Peter's won that game.
Well,
I mean, I don't hate Kentucky, but I love a funny upset like that. I mean, what did you watch Lou's new video? I mean, have you enjoyed basketball?
Yeah, I saw a different video of Raj and get into a huge argument.
Basketball, scoot.
I mean, but do you see this funny post where Kentucky's Freezing Cold Takes is one of my favorite accounts on Twitter, and they reposted a post from a Kentucky basketball account. They said, no way we lose to a mascot that looks like this, and it was the Peacock. And then the day later, they lose to St. Peter's.
Oh, here you go. Thad Boy, that one guy that does the football coach skits, posted a new one. Did you see the new one?
Yeah. Those are reposts.
Here you go.
Those are reposts. Yeah, that's a repost, but I still like it.
Latavius, what's good, dog? You ready to head to lunch? Hell yeah, let's go. Hey, Josh, hold on a second. I need to talk to you. You know who I am, right? Yeah, you the football coach, right? Yes, I am. I saw your track meet yesterday. That was a hell of a race, boy. Thanks, coach. You know, I just be working. Yes, you do. And that 100 you ran, I mean, it was amazing. Yes, sir. I broke the record for the 100. Incredible. You know, you should think about winning the football. Like you, as fast as you are, you'd be amazing. Coach, I'm already committed to Texas for track. All the more reason to join the team. You're official. I don't know, Coach. What you think, Latavius? I mean, you like $150, bro. I don't know if football's for you. Yeah, you right. I'm good, Coach. God dang it, Latavius. Wait, immediately, please. Latavius, what's good, dog? You ready to head to lunch? Hell yeah, let's go. Hey, Josh, hold on a second. I need to.
Oh, okay. It replays. That was funny.
So, that boy, that YouTuber, he is like made up football team, and they actually play football games. Like it's all made up and all that. It's all for a joke. It's kind of like almost like a Netflix series. And Latavius is a star player, and he convinced immediately not to join the team. I guess that guy.
The one he posted today, 5 hours ago, it says Hood Big Brothers when their little sister tries to sneak her boyfriend in the house.
Yeah, that was good too. But Nick Saban is like the icon.
Nick Saban what?
Nick Saban's the icon on that channel. You know that, right?
Oh, I love when he does Nick Saban. You can't
Like
deny that.
that's the one where it's like Nick Saban won a 5-star recruit transfers.
Have you ever watched this guy, Keith?
No, I haven't
No,
watched.
that's the one when it's like a 5-star recruit transfers from bank or something. That one's
Oh,
fun.
hold on. Yeah, we played it like last week or something. Let me show him this. Let's see. When he asked to transfer?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was good. We saw this one the other day. Watch this one, Keith.
I love when he says the Georgia part.
Le Purple Drink. The Purple Drink.
The Georgia part too.
Hold on. Here we go.
Coach, you got a minute? La Purple, how's it going? Not too good, Coach, to be honest. Okay, what's wrong? Well, Coach Saban, when you recruited me, you said it's a possibility I can start as a freshman. Now the season halfway over and I ain't even touched the field, so I think I'm a transfer. La Purple, I couldn't agree with that more. I wish you the best. Wait, what? Just know I can't grant you a release, though, if you go to Georgia. Wait, hold on, Coach, you're not going to fight for me? Fight for you, like try to get me to stay. La Purple, this is the University of Alabama. If you want to leave, then leave. We always have a player ready to take somebody else's spot. But Coach, I was the top receiver in my class. I was a 5-star recruit. And so was Jakari and DeMonte and LaFacial White. Everybody here's a 5-star.
Facial White.
You do not stand out. Coach, my talent is different. Why can't you just give me some PT? The Purple, you got to work for PT, okay? You're one of the laziest kids I know, all right? If you're going to transfer, transfer. Otherwise, start working harder. Excuse me, Coach. You got a minute? La Purple, how's it going?
Nick Saban's like, yeah, he's like, I couldn't even agree with you more. I wish you the best. And then he turns around, he's like, just no, I can't let you go to Georgia.
Yeah.
Mac, if I'm being honest, you may be built worse than me.
He made
I'm
actually a skit after the Natty game with Kirby calling Nick Saban.
Oh, I saw this one the other day. This is hilarious.
What do you see, Kirby calling Saban?
Oh, no. I mean, I'll find it, but when Nick Saban steals your woman. Oh, here you go.
I don't believe it. Nah, this can't be true. This can't be true. Yes.
Coach Johnson's on the phone for you.
Put him on. You backstabbing, no good mother. Hey there, Coach Johnson. Let's watch our language. Hey, you don't language me, okay? Are you pushing up on Gloria? Gloria? Who's that? Who's that? Donovan's mom. You don't even respect her. Coach Johnson, I'm an SEC football coach, okay? I see a lot of women in a week. But trust me, the last time I saw her, there was a lot of respect. So it's true then, huh? You tried to steal my woman. No, Coach Johnson. I borrowed your woman. You can have her back. This ain't over, Coach Saban. Coach Johnson, calm down here, okay? Don't be mad because your woman shows up. Shows up? Yes, shows up. You're a high school football coach, and I'm the head coach of the best college football team in the country. There's not a woman on this earth that would choose you over me. Oh, really? Just accept it, Coach. You got Saban. Run my fade! I don't believe it. Nah.
But you know who Coach Johnson is? You know who Coach Johnson is, right?
Coach Johnson of oh crap.
No, it's like made up. It's a made up character. Like,
Oh, okay.
that's another one of those main characters. Its main characters is Nick Saban, Coach Johnson, Donovan, Dontavius, and it was Latavius, but he graduated, I guess.
Once Latavius, he graduated. All right.
One of the funnier ones with Nick Saban, it's like when a player talks back to Nick Saban.
When a player talks back to Nick Saban.
Yeah.
All right, this will be the last one I play. I don't want to play too many of these and get strike, but hold on. When talks Saban. Oh, in practice?
Yeah, in practice.
Yeah. Okay.
Little player talks back to Nick Saban.
La Purple.
Look purple.
La Purple. What's wrong?
Hey, the purple's a beast for y'all. Don't get it twisted.
For wet jet to get a cleaner.
Don't care.
Spray breaks down.
Who cares if your floors are clean, lady?
I care. It's a very important ad, Ballard. Respect it.
Hold on a second, Coach. I got this. All right? Yes, sir. Bubba, listen. Okay, I need you to spill the block. Okay, spill the block. You know what spill the block means, right?
Yeah, take on their outside shoulder, right?
Bubba, no. Spill the block means you're taking on the lineman's inside shoulder with your outside shoulder. All right, that way the running back bounces it to the outside back.
Oh, okay, I got it, Coach.
All right, let's get it right. Run it again. You know, LaHope Williams, he doesn't play like a freshman. He's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. He's fast.
Yeah, follow me. Come see what I'm saying. All right, LaHope, you're up. Make sure you get a jammer number 2. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I was born ready, Coach. Check me out.
LaHope.
Watch this. Come on, man. Show me something.
Watch.
I'm watching. Okay.
Dang it,
Lord.
LaHope, what was that?
What was what?
You didn't get a jam.
What you mean? I did get a jam. I hit it with my left hand.
Your left hand.
Yeah, you ain't seen me get a piece of it?
It wasn't a jam.
It was a jam. What you mean? I've been doing this for a long time, Coach. What you talking about? Yo.
Whoa.
Bro, no. Hey, we don't talk back to Coach Saban here. Oh, that's my bad, Coach Saban. I'm sorry. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Okay.
Coach Saban?
Okay.
Coach Saban,
Just transfer,
Where you
bro.
going, Coach Saban?
Just transfer, bro. Did I say junior MLB? Just transfer, bro.
Like, he's like, Nick Saban was just like, okay.
He went. All right.
I think LaHerpy was that one corner who let Donnie Mitchell over the top of Natty. Thanks, LaHerpy.
I think if you send those videos to Nick Saban, he'll reach out to Thad Boy and be like,
Maybe we'll try to hire your ass.
Nick Saban probably doesn't even know who he is, to be honest.
In golf?
Hey, I got a word for you.
Yummy.
Oh, not those, but what Nick Saban would say is, I don't listen to all that rat poison.
that rat poison, yeah.
And something's going on between Dontavius. Dontavius is signed to commit between Georgia, Alabama, and Iowa.
Oh.
Yeah, but they make funny skits, and especially his team. I love when, it's like his team plays week 1, then Coach Johnson's getting mad at everyone, or he's happy in the film session.
Yeah.
But like his outside skits are fun too, like the Nick Saban skits. Those are fun.
Yeah, man.
And he's even featured Kirby a couple of times, especially in that Natty call.
Oh yeah.
Because Kirby said that the call is basically about it. He's like, "Thank you for teaching me." And Saban says, "He said you're my assistant. That is, for us, I'm concerned." He said, "You're my assistant now." That's when they got heated.
There's a meme out there where it has a picture of Saban just looking like he normally does with his arms crossed. And then it's got Lane Kiffin, and he's covering his mouth, and it said, "Daddy, we lost." And it said, "Shut up, Lane."
Mm-hmm. What happened with Raj and Edward today? I don't understand why they got in an argument. Like, I saw the argument, but what happened?
Hold on. Who got in an argument?
Raj and Edward. Like, what happened between them?
Oh, I don't know. Was this on Raj's stream, or what was this on?
I don't even know what stream it was on. I just know Raj made a separate video.
Wait, Roger and Edward have beef of some sort?
Like, Edward, and I'm going to be honest, I like Raj, and I don't really like Edward that much. I'm just going to be real. So I think this,
I think it's just a clout thing.
Edward is a Florida State fan that talks like he's a Georgia and Alabama fan.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing about Florida State rising up, it's like shut
You
up.
talking about the hey, what's going on, Lou Edward calling it?
Yeah, it's like all right. Like he always talks
Dude, that
about
was
Florida State.
amazing.
He always talks about Florida
Have
State.
you heard him?
Like,
Hey, Ballard,
dude,
you're the
shut
new
up,
Edward.
Nah, man, I'm calling it here.
I never saw it, but I'd love to see his reaction to the Travis Hunter signing.
That boy just posted a new one a minute ago.
Oh, is this one of the team skits, or is this a?
No, hold on. Oh, it's not there. It must be processing. You ever see where someone uploads a video, but you gotta wait for it or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, here it is. The striker pulls up on Dontavius.
Yeah, that's a team skit. All right, yeah, this
Part 2. I gotta find part 1, but I want to see
this
how.
is the next episode. Let's go.
All right.
For you confused, he has this series of team skits. For CJU, that's the high school team that he so-called coaches. So
Yeah.
this is a part of it. So I need to see that.
All right, but now you're gonna make me get buck with me. Huh?
Whoa!
You think you're gonna get buck with grandma? Hey, you heard what I said. You can't just be coming at random people on the street like that. Okay, let me tell you something here, youngster. Okay, I ain't one of these new cats around here. Okay, I was born in the 30s. Now you're lucky that my youngest grandson not in the house, or I'd have had him come out here and bust you a new one. All right? Now if you keep playing, I'm gonna go inside and get my Desert Eagle. Well, I wish your youngest grandson was here, Yoda, because that's exactly who I'm looking for. Hold on, you looking for Dontavius? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am, because I got some beef with him. Lord, somebody help this man. You want Dontavius? I'll tell him you stop by. What's your name? My name is Striker. Okay, the Striker. You got a phone number or something he can reach at? Yeah, I do, but I ain't giving it out. Because he don't find me, I find him. Okay, well, may God be with you, baby. You do what you do, baby. Come here, little Peter. I got some more bread for you. You let your grandson know the Fico older cousin, the Striker, and his homies looking for him. Finna add him to the face. Boy, shut up. All them fake teardrops on your face. You ain't out here taking nobody's. Grandma done actually took somebody before. Don't play with me, boy.
All right, so
I must have missed part 1. That's the first I've seen that character.
You guys, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Unless y'all watch like every single episode, y'all are not gonna know what the hell is going on. I'm just gonna be real.
No, I've only seen like the Nick Saban ones. I'm still kind of new to this guy's channel, so.
Okay,
Hey, Jacob.
Short, what's his name? The Striker, right? His brother, the Fiker, is a new quarterback transfer because this so-called Bama commit Henry left. Okay, he's graduated. Okay, so the Fiker transferred. He's competing for their job with Lemeatley. Lemeatley actually joined the team. So, anyways, the Fiker thinks it's a good idea to go through Dontavius' locker, and he gets knocked out. Okay, so the Fiker calls his brother, and then now his brother and his gang are getting ready to attack Dontavius.
Wow. Hey, traveling fools, how you doing, man?
Whoa, traveling? I don't see traveling. Oh, I see him now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so Jacob, did you check out the Freddie Freeman video or?
I'll check it out. Going away from Thad Boy for a second, even though that guy's so much comedy. What who do y'all like? Do y'all have the same picks as you did before the tournament for what's gonna happen, or like which?
Well, not now because we've had some upsets, man.
All right. In other words, my question is, what pick did like any of your Final Four picks get like knocked out in the first 2 rounds?
Yes.
All right, which one?
Alabama.
Oh Jesus! All right, for real.
I told you we were going all the way, but guess what?
Tennessee, you had them winning the Natty.
Who? Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on paper.
Oh jeez. Well, your bracket is busted.
I said on paper.
Do you have any Final Four picks?
Hey, we still have the women's team in basketball. Alabama's still alive here. They won the second round of the NIT against Tulane.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought that I was about to say. I was like, they didn't make the tournament.
No, they won. The women's team won the NIT.
Hey Keith, all your Final Four picks still in the tournament?
I'm not really like a huge basketball
Okay, all right. That's
fan
fine.
of like watching basketball. I love playing it. It's really fun to play.
Oh
I,
yeah. In fact,
I
going.
really love playing basketball. It's just watching it for I don't know. It to me and I know those guys are strong and they have their own like workout routine and everything. And it's more based on lateral quickness than it is strength unless you play center or power forward.
Which
I
you probably.
have so
But
Jacob. Oh, sorry, man.
Oh,
yeah, but other than that, I just think I there's nothing really physical to basketball, and I mean I'd rather watch a sport that has people body slamming each other than
like
rather than
football.
just somebody touching somebody in the face, like not even like forcibly touching somebody in the face. Oh, that's a foul. You get free baskets now.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
So here's what I got, Jacob, on my bracket. The only team I still have 3 teams in my final 4 alive. I had Kansas, Purdue, Duke, but the team that I had in there that's out is Tennessee.
And you had them winning the Natty, right?
I did, yeah. I had them against Purdue.
Oh boy. Wow. Let's pray
I
for
still
them.
got Purdue, Duke, and Kansas alive though. So I mean, if they make it, that's something.
That's happened to me before, actually. Believe it or not. One
Yeah.
time, my national champion chip pick got knocked out in the second round. In fact, it was last year. I picked Illinois to go all the way.
Yeah.
And they
Wait,
got-
last year you picked Illinois all the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got knocked out by Loyola Chicago. I think I picked them. I'm not for sure. I either picked them or Baylor. I can't remember. I could go back and look probably. But
Now
anyway,
you're trying to switch it because you know Baylor won last year. I see.
what?
I either had them or Baylor. Baylor won it all.
I know this. I know I picked Illinois in one bracket. Not sure if I picked them in all of mine. But anyways, point is, I picked them in one of my brackets, and they got knocked out in the second round. Believe it or not. So that's happened before. And let me just say, that bracket was busted.
Yeah.
Illinois is so inconsistent. I'm just gonna be real.
They're
I don't know
what?
what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
saying
was
I thought they'd lose in the second round, but I knew Baylor wasn't going to win it this year.
so Jacob, this was my prop. I made a prop for my video.
What's that prop for?
The Freddie Freeman video.
Oh. What are you going to use that for?
You have to find out.
You missed his video earlier.
He said,
Yeah.
Find out.
Go watch it.
I will, but
But anyway, I might keep this. This is interesting because, like, it's hilarious. I wish I would have found
That's
like
like
a white.
something. That's like something that one day you'll pass on to your son and be like, "Here, son, take it."
Be
The
like,
blood
what
of Freddie Freeman.
No, the blood
Yeah,
on my
I know
back.
that-
That
Oh my gosh.
I know we haven't talked about all this stream, but I'm going to bring up a college football question. I want all of you to answer it.
okay. Shoot away.
Team to win a national title next year, not named Georgia, Alabama, or Ohio State. Who would it be?
A team not named Georgia,
Let's go.
Alabama,
Ballard
or
first.
Ohio State.
Let's
Who's
go
winning the
Ballard first,
Natty?
Pete second, and me third.
Ooh.
Say that again. I didn't quite catch that last part.
Oh, I said who? If there was a team to win the national title next year, not named Georgia, Alabama, or Ohio State, who would it be?
Texas.
Oh, jeez. Wait, for real?
I'll go Texas A&M outside of those 3.
Wait, Keith, are you being serious? Texas?
Yeah, actually, this time,
Okay.
yep. Quinn. I mean, I don't know. About Quinn Ewers. but he was a
Wow.
really he was like the number one quarterback in the nation, and I mean, and they've gotten a lot of pieces. Texas
They did
has.
get a tight end from Alabama in Billingsley, who I think could be a key asset in a way.
And Sarkisian, I mean, he's a really good offensive minded coach. So, I mean, if they put stuff together, I mean, they can make a really good run. I don't see Oklahoma stopping them in their division. And I mean, Cincinnati is minus Desmond Ritter this season, and he was basically the reason why Cincinnati and yeah, Cincinnati had the defensive backs and everything, but they're going to the NFL too. So, uh, it seems to me like this is Texas' time to shine before they enter the SEC.
Okay, I respect that. Okay, Bow, who do you got?
A&M, man, I said it a couple months ago, and I'll say it now. And I know some people might disagree, but you look at what they brought in through recruiting and everything, and just, I mean, they're saying they signed like the highest ranked ever class, and they do bring a lot back for the team themselves. I know they lost a couple guys like Calzada or whatever, their quarterback, to the portal, but they still bring back a couple guys on defense. A&M, I really think if it had to be an unlikely team this year, man, watch out for what they might do and make a run in the SEC and just shake up college football.
My only concern with A&M, and this is my only concern with them, right? I mean, I would be kind of in the same boat you are in, Ballard.
Okay.
A&M's made a lot of moves and everything, but the one concern that I have is where Texas A&M plays. They play in the SEC, and they
And
play
in
in
the
the
West,
SEC
too.
West.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they're gonna have to beat a Brian Kelly, who's been a 10+ win coach at Notre Dame.
Practically every year, too, by the way, it seems like.
Except for
Yeah,
1 year.
and
Yeah.
then and then on top of that, you're gonna have to beat Lane Kiffin. You're gonna have to beat Sam Pittman, who won a New Year's Six game last season.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Well, he won a bowl game. He
Well,
won
he won a bowl.
It wasn't New Year's Six though.
It was the Outback. Was it Penn State? Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, go
Okay,
on.
still-
But and then you have Alabama, of course. So between Arkansas, Ole Miss, Alabama, and LSU, I mean, it's going to be a tougher ride. Now, obviously, Alabama, they have Nick Saban and whatnot. So I'm not here to talk about what I think. I think Alabama could easily beat those teams or struggle a little bit, as in the case they did with Arkansas. But um,
Yeah.
but I just think Texas A&M has a lot tougher of a. They're nowhere near where Alabama is, and
Yeah.
so with that, Texas A&M has to go through a long list of opponents in the West, and then
And
whoever
their
they play in the
non-conference
East.
schedule. Yeah, I'll also point out too. I think I did preview them already. I'm still going through SEC teams, almost done. You look at their non-conference schedule, Keith. Sam Houston to open it up, that you could look at and say no problem. But then right after that, I never sleep on what a team like App State could do. And then they got to play Miami. Now, all three of those are at home. But Miami with Mario Cristobal, we don't know what to expect. And like I said, App State could be a team that always pulls up an upset. So if they're not careful early on out the gate, I mean, they could lose a game or two and not even be in SEC play yet. So they got to be careful. I mean, they have the pieces, but it's not as easy as a road this year than people would think.
Sam
Yeah.
Houston
Even
State-
outside of the Alabamas and LSUs or whoever.
Not saying it matters. Sam Houston State's actually one of the best teams in the FCS. Not saying
That's
it matters.
true. That's true.
Well, so was UAB last season, but you saw what happened to them when they played Georgia.
Texas A&M's not Georgia though. That's the thing.
Well,
They might be.
no, they're
If Georgia
not.
came
But
out of nowhere, I mean,
no, I mean, Jacob, you're right. And Ballard, Georgia had a generational talent defense, so I understand where Jacob's coming from, and I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
with you, Jacob. But I still think that the talent and the exercise program and everything that the SEC produces, I just think it's just a whole nother beast.
I'm actually gonna go out on a limb here, and I kind of can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Texas A&M would be my second pick. But if this team gets a quarterback, Clemson, I think it could be them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just think about it. They had the second best defense last year behind Georgia. Okay, they're getting in a 5-star freshman quarterback that I guess in their case hopefully helps them out. They already got great running backs. The receivers, they're trying to figure that out. We'll see where they go with that. But I think I don't know. A&M is really high potential, but I don't know. I just think if Clemson gets a quarterback, they could be for real next year with their defense and their running backs. And they
Well,
I think
to
so
improve
too.
their offense.
They got to improve their. You talk about Clemson, right? So,
Yeah.
they got to improve their O line a little bit too. I mean, they got
And
some
if
good guys up
can,
front, but
my biggest concern is that you have probably the greatest or one of the greatest defensive coordinators to grace Clemson and Brent Venables going off and becoming the head coach at Oklahoma. I don't know how you're going to replace a defensive coordinator like that. And and while yes, they had a great they had the second best defense last season. That's under Brent Venables. We haven't seen what Clemson's done and in a long time without
yeah,
somebody like a Brent Venables has done for Clemson. We haven't seen them without that kind of coaching talent. And I mean and not only did they lose Venables, but they also lost their offensive coordinator as well as many pieces. Though the offensive coordinator not that great, not that good, but but you got but you have to admit losing a lot of your key coaching positions never a good thing, especially when you came off of probably what I can consider a really bad season for Clemson, even though it was like
yeah,
a 9 or 10 win season. That's still
right.
really
Which
bad.
any team in the nation would kill to have on a regular basis. So, but for Clemson standards, it wasn't. It wasn't what they wanted or what they expected. I was just looking because I wanted to double check, and maybe we talked about it earlier, talking about Georgia, but JT Daniels, y'all's former quarterback in the portal still, but he's narrowed it down to 3 different schools, and his decision apparently coming post spring. What do you guys think? First off, let me read off the
spring.
schools. This is from
You mean
Sports
after the spring
Illustrated.
game?
He's going to decide between Oregon State, Missouri, and West Virginia.
Okay, I don't have anything against that. I'm just saying you're gonna decide after the spring games happen. I mean,
Well, it didn't say after the spring game. Well, no, if it's post spring, yeah, why wouldn't you go somewhere, try to get immediate eligibility and compete in the spring game, right?
yeah, that's my point.
Well,
And in spring practice.
I don't have anything against the teams where he wants to go. I'm just saying.
now I watched Golden Blue Dude break down this a little bit, and me personally, I think it might be Oregon State. I think he's gonna want to come closer to
Yeah, I
home.
don't think he's gonna go to Missouri.
I definitely don't think he's going to Missouri.
I think it'll be
Um,
Virginia or Oregon State.
it's going to be either West Virginia or
And
Oregon
to be
State,
honest, I think it's going to be Oregon State because Oregon State's closer to his home.
and I totally agree with you on that. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be for the reasons that it's closer to home and it's closer to family, and you even get to play. Your mom and dad get to watch you play football. Um, I when you play against USC or whatnot. Am I mistaken? Are they in the same conference? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they're in the same conference. Oregon State's Pac-12.
Okay, I was just making sure. Otherwise, I don't want to look like a complete idiot.
Well, yeah, and on
Oregon
top
and
of
State
that,
and who?
I mean West Virginia. I think it's
USC.
possible. I think it's possible he goes to
Oh
West
yeah.
Virginia.
I know. I
But
don't doubt that. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that there's the possibility that he does go to West Virginia. I'm just saying that.
Missouri, though, I would be shocked if he went to Missouri.
Yeah.
Now let me ask
I
y'all this: do you think that? Let me ask y'all this: is JT Daniels looking? Obviously, it's narrowed down to those three schools, but let's say hypothetically, and I don't know what his plans are for after college, if he wants to go pro or not. But
Well,
let's say between those three schools, which one would you say gives him the best chance to get better and be more NFL ready of those three?
I'm gonna
well.
be honest. I think it's Oregon State, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
Okay, if he goes to Missouri, he's gonna have to compete for a quarterback spot. So that's not. I don't think that's what he wants. West Virginia. Um, I, I just think Oregon State, you play lesser competition and you can focus on yourself. While West Virginia, you're playing tougher competition, still harder than you will at Oregon State. So I would give him the edge at Oregon State to give him the best shot.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I well, I can see that. I can see where you're coming from, there, Jacob. And sounds good, but not so fast, as Lee Corso would say.
No.
That's your
I think West Virginia is the better school for him to show out. They have better talent at West Virginia, in my opinion. Um, there's players that are going to make the plays necessary because you're going to need somebody like a Pickens or somebody to make JT Daniels look good. Um, and I just and he's going to need some help to make himself look good to the scouts too, because ultimately JT Daniels is nothing more and nothing less than a pocket passer. Um, I mean, great arm, but he's slow. He's a Peyton Manning slow. And
He's
I'm talking about Peyton Manning towards the end of his career slow.
Tom Brady.
But and I believe like one of his former coaches from USC that recruited him is actually coaching at West Virginia. So that's where I am on it. I think JT Daniels probably wants to be reunited with a former coach. I believe he's like an offensive coordinator over there at West Virginia, and I think that's where he stands to gain the most from. But
okay.
but with that being said, it's a really uphill climb for JT Daniels to even make the draft at this point.
I mean, he's got to pick one of those three schools. And I mean, look, you don't have to go win him a bowl game, but at the very least, put up some good numbers. Like have 1,000-yard season with like maybe 20 touchdowns and I don't know what 10 picks. I don't something like that. Just something decent enough.
Season,
You know,
that would. That's not good at all.
That's not good.
I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers on the board, dude. You get what I'm saying. He
he's
just
gonna
needs to
have
go.
he's gonna have 2,500 plus yards passing. and
think
he's got to minimize interceptions to under 5, and has to have at least 20 touchdowns, or something like that.
I've changed my mind. I agree with Keith, and the reason why I agree with Keith is because Oregon State, and I don't think it's actually a different reason. It's because Oregon State's not going to have the exposure, and I know we joke about this a lot, but this actually has an effect. The Pac-12 plays games late at night on Fridays and all that, so that's not going to give them the exposure he needs. So actually, I'm going to agree with Keith now in West Virginia. And I'm not even saying it as a joke. I'm just being serious. When you play games that late on Fridays, Thursdays, and Saturdays and all that, you're not going to get the exposure you need.
Yeah.
And of course, the NFL scouts want to see how you do against best on best.
Yeah. Well,
they want
the SEC.
Well, yeah, but they want to see you go up against equivalent talent. They want to see what you can do against a 4-star cornerback or a 5-star cornerback. You're probably not going to play, like you said, exposure and stuff like that. You're probably not going to get those kind of great matchups, especially if your team plays a lesser schedule.
I think the main problem with Missouri is that Missouri, like West Virginia and Oregon State are different. Missouri has, like every year, Missouri has 2 to 3 opponents on their schedule that they're just not going to beat. They're just going to get blown out,
Yes, and I agree with you. Missouri.
Does JT Daniels want to play Georgia again? Like, really?
I think if JT Daniels were to choose Missouri, he'd probably get injured playing against Georgia. And I don't wish injury on anybody. That it sucks to get injured. But I mean, he's not that mobile, and Missouri plays mobile quarterbacks.
Oh, that's another thing too. He can't get injured.
Nah.
If he gets injured, it's over.
And Missouri's not that great at protecting the quarterback.
Yeah, Missouri likes mobile quarterback. That's what Eli Drinkwitz likes.
JT Daniels not a mobile quarterback.
Exactly.
So I think it's West Virginia where West Virginia or Oregon State, you take your pick. It's either he's going back home, be closer to his family, or he's going to try to pad stats at West Virginia.
Yeah. Although I think he's going to go to Oregon State because it's close to the home.
I agree. I think he's going to probably go back to Oregon State and be closer to family and whatnot.
And you really can't blame him.
No. He's from California. He went to USC. He left to go to Georgia. Didn't work out at Georgia. Was injured at USC, and so now he's back closer to home and Crimson Brave. I agree. I don't think JT's going to be worth too much. But that's for the future to hold, and maybe he pulls out a miracle season. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if JT Daniels. I think it all depends, Crimson. I don't know if you can say anything about his NFL chances yet.
Yeah, that's why I said he might not be. Right now, he needs a lot of work.
Or he might not. It really just depends.
Yeah, the future's really blurry,
Kind of like Spencer Rattler. Depends on what he does at South Carolina.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't play well at South Carolina, well, he's going to have to come back for his senior year, number one. And number two, his NFL chances are not going to be where he wants them to be.
Where would you say he get right now? If he were to get drafted, is he undrafted, or are you saying?
I would say so.
I think he could at least maybe someone picks him up 7th round.
No, I think he's undrafted. Right?
I think right now he is an undrafted free agent,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
think
Time
and
to
yeah, I really think that he needs to perform to be a consideration to some of these teams.
And JT Daniels, I agree with at least where he wants. He wants to put up his own numbers. He's not trying to go to a championship contender. I mean, he already has his ring.
He wants to
Now,
do it for himself, and there's nothing wrong with
now it's all about himself. You never know, though. Oregon State could be that team rising out of the water, and they might just take that national championship.
that. Put the crack pipe down, son. No more drugs for you.
Crimson Brave over there. He's been the optimist out of all of us.
What he's
JT would
won't be
go
worth it,
5th or
Dan.
6th. No. He says that, but then he says JT would go 5th and 6th. But we're bashing him for like saying that he's worthless and everything, and then we give him undrafted free agent status, and Crimson's over here like
It's
he's going to be 5th or 6th.
It's because a lot of people like Crimson are upset about the amount of times Georgia brought up JT Daniels these past 2 years, so they want him gone. You know. And which is why I don't talk about the quarterback situation all day, unlike some people, which I'm not going to give any names. But because people get bored of that, so that's why I don't do that stuff.
I personally think that
because we know what the quarterback situation is going to be. It's gonna be Stetson until we hear anything different. No, I don't get the reason why people talk about it 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, what's done is done. I mean, Stetson won my Georgia Bulldogs a national title, and at the end of the day, JT didn't. So I mean,
JT kind of did.
JT played one game against Clemson.
Well, what I'm saying is like he still got his ring, so it's just like
I mean, everybody gets a ring. The water boy gets a ring, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, yes, I mean, of course he helped, but I mean, he wasn't like the major player that helped. I mean, there's always people, unsung heroes, and that's what JT Daniels became, an unsung hero.
Yeah.
And I wish the best of luck to him, you know. I think he'll do well. I hope he does well. At some place like Oregon State or West Virginia. I just hope he has enough sense not to pick Missouri, because
well, if he goes to Missouri, he goes to Missouri. I'm just saying that's probably his least likely pick. I don't think it's a bad pick.
You don't?
No, I don't think it's a bad pick at all. I mean, that's where top competition is. I'm just saying.
Well, you're saying that, but you realize they're in the same division as Georgia, and then he could.
That's one team. That's one team. He still plays Vanderbilt, Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Well, I think South Carolina is probably the 4th best team in the SEC coming into next season.
And you know what? If he does play Georgia, okay, well then it's game on. Time to show out against the best team. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do in the NFL, even with lesser talent. Plenty of NFL QBs. Matt Ryan, lesser talent against the top competition.
Here we go with Matt Ryan.
Yeah, okay. Well, I could use a different example. Deshaun Watson. Okay, it's not just a Matt Ryan thing.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm gonna pull something up. Okay, so
who does Missouri play out of the West next year?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Texas A&M? I think it is.
Isn't that their cross rival though?
No, cross rival is
Oh, that's right. It's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
They play Louisiana Tech. What's this? I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, this is the football schedule. Okay, so September 3rd they play LA Tech, which that could be an interesting game for them because LA Tech isn't they're not like a sleeper, you know.
They almost beat Mississippi State last year.
Yeah.
Although
I
they
mean
won like 4 games.
I mean they can they're definitely like one of these teams that can sneak up on you. You got Kansas State, which that'll be another interesting competition
That
because
team, Kansas State's decent. They're not
Kan-
bad.
Kansas State and Missouri are pretty comparable, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Abilene Christian, I mean that's
All right.
a Christian school, so
Well-
they're probably gonna beat them by 40 points or more. Should.
Yeah.
Then they play Auburn, which that'll be another interesting game.
Well, Auburn,
Please beat them.
It's just the Brian Harsin thing and everything that's going on there. It'll be interesting to see how Auburn would play at Missouri. I think both teams are pretty comparable. Georgia, they're absolutely going to get destroyed.
Maybe.
destroyed against who?
Georgia.
Oh, I thought you said Auburn. I was like,
Georgia had their national title run. They're done. Sorry.
what?
No.
I mean, it's like that FSU thing.
Georgia under
I know
Kirby
you're
Smart,
joking right now.
except for the
still.
first season. Except for the first season, I know you're joking, but under the first season, Kirby Smart's had Georgia winning 10 plus games a season.
Hey, Bad, I'll say this: wait till 2028, buddy. Times are gonna.
What the hell does 2028 have to do with any of it?
What?
What's 2028 have to do with any of it?
That's the end of Nick Saban's contract, which I'm predicting is when he's going to retire.
Not a bad prediction. But then you have Florida. I think Florida beats Missouri. I think it's going to be a closer game than a close game like it was last season, where Missouri did win that game last season. But I think with Billy Napier, I think they try to turn their program around, and I think this is one of the games that they have to win and
Billy
show that.
Napier, the guy is looked at as a great recruiter who just puts talent out on the field and doesn't do anything with it. That's just what I've heard, about what he did at Louisiana. Was it Raging Cajuns? Yeah.
Louisiana Monroe. Well,
Not Monroe, but
not Monroe.
Just
Okay.
Louisiana, like University of
Yeah,
Louisiana, whatever it is.
Okay, UL. Okay. But I mean the jury's out on him. I haven't seen him play SEC talent. I haven't seen him coach it. I mean, well, not play it, but I mean coach it.
Right.
But anyway, I think that's going to be a good game, and I think that's a must-win for Florida because that was a really embarrassing loss that Florida took last season, and that's probably something that Florida's going to have to get over the hump if they want to. They want to show that they're actually going to be a school that's going to play football again, or if they're just going to be a clown college for the rest of
Okay, somebody pull
all time.
I want to see. I actually want to make some predictions. Somebody pull up Missouri's schedule.
I got you.
Vanderbilt is their homecoming game.
Good choice.
Agreed.
Indeed, I think they'll win that one. South Carolina, I think they'll struggle and they'll probably lose that game. Kentucky, loss.
What's up, RMF?
Tennessee, loss. New Mexico State.
You wanted to see. Sorry to interrupt. You want to see Mizzou's, right?
Yeah, I want to see Missouri's schedule. And
right.
RMF types at the Georgia plays in the elite quarterbacks in the first month. I mean, if you count Spencer Rattler, I wouldn't say, I don't know, but we play him in the first month, so you want to count him. I guess that's. Anyways.
And then Arkansas is the final game of the season, and they'll lose that one.
Did I do Missouri yet? Hold on.
I think they win. I think they win over Louisiana Tech. I think they're going to lose to Kansas State. I think Kansas State.
You think they will?
I think they're going to lose. I'm being
Okay.
serious.
Kansas State actually is not a bad team, and they can't have good teams. And Kansas State's a tough place to go play at.
Okay, Abilene Christian, I think they'll beat them. As bad as I think they're going to be next year, they're going to beat somebody, and at Jordan Hare, I think Auburn's going to win. So another loss. Georgia lost, Florida lost. Well, that's on the road though. So Florida lost. Bye week, they'll beat Vanderbilt. What a horrible choice for a bye week for Vanderbilt.
I haven't done Missouri yet, but
So they're 3-4 right now.
Mexico State.
You know,
I think they can win 5 games. I see 5 games. They'll probably beat somebody, maybe like a South Carolina or somebody, or that just doesn't show up a game. They're gonna lose. That I mean, they're not gonna lose. They're gonna beat the brakes off of Vanderbilt.
I'm just gonna be honest here. I think they're gonna upset South Carolina. I think South Carolina's gonna be the better team next year. But I think they're gonna be able to go against them on the road and win. So win there. 4-4. All right, can we scroll down, Ballard?
Well, there's New Mexico State.
Okay, so they're 4-4 right now. Kentucky's a loss, so 4-5. Tennessee, no, Tennessee lost. New Mexico State's a win. 5-7. Okay, 5-7.
That's where I was at. I'm leaning towards 5-7. It wouldn't surprise me if they went 4-8. But I think they'll go 5-7. I think one of these SEC teams that should beat them outside of the realm of Kentucky, Georgia, and Tennessee. One of these SEC teams is gonna push a paper plate out to the 50-yard line, as Uncle Lou says, and they're gonna get absolutely steamrolled.
I know Billy Napier was
by 3 points
at Louisiana. What I said though is that he was criticized for recruiting great and putting talent out there on the field and not doing anything with it. Like just kind of letting them play on their own, you know. That's what I said. I didn't say he was a bad coach. That's just what he was criticized for. And no, that I wasn't. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't hear any Georgia fans making fun of Tua's injury, but if there were some, then I apologize.
Which injury?
Because those two Georgia fans are absolutely despicable. I didn't hear it though, but if that did happen, then those Georgia fans are absolutely despicable. Sorry for that. And I don't. Hopefully, it's not two Georgia fans on YouTube. At least I hope it's not. Anyways, I apologize for that. Tua, that was one of the worst injuries I've ever seen. Like, no joke. You know, and I know you look at all the areas, it's like Nick Saban didn't need to play him against Mississippi State. The offensive line should have protected him. But, you know, it's just – but overall, the injury is just sad. And honestly, I don't think he's fully recovered. Because I think if he has fully recovered, he'd be better in the NFL. I'm just going to be real.
Yeah, I think
I don't think he's fully recovered.
I think the injuries have got him in a mental situation where he's he's recovered physically but not mentally from them.
Yeah.
Has he really recovered physically? I mean, I guess he has, but
well, I mean they're not gonna. I mean, the team doctors aren't gonna go. You're playing this season, even though everything's wrong with your hip and everything. That's not gonna happen, you know. But
that's right. The two. I get what he's saying now. He's talking about Uncle Lou naming it the Tua tent and all that. Well, I guess the backstory on that is that's not for that particular injury. I guess it was a joke. about the amount of times that Tua got hurt, because Tua did get hurt before that stuff.
Tua did get was in the injury tent quite a bit, and but that's neither here or there. The big injury, the major injury he suffered, where he what was it, Jacob? He broke his hip and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Against Mississippi State in 2019.
But no, he suffered earlier injuries than that, though.
Yeah, and that's what Uncle Lou's talking about.
Crimson Bro thinks that covered and that his O line is horrible. Yeah, his O line is, I think, well, their O line is the worst in the league with the Falcons and the Bears. Let's just be real here. Falcons O line is not good, but I mean he has some decent weapons. Mike Gesicki's a good tight end. Jalen Waddle, another Bama player, actually played really well last season. And then Miami's defense, while they were good in 2020, they were still good in 2021, but I don't know. And RMF Tide said that Tua held on to the ball too long. Yeah, that's true. I've seen that a lot, but I mean he did it against Georgia, which credit to him before the Hail Mary. But he did it on that sack that cost 2nd and 26. He held on the ball way too long. And obviously there's other incidents besides that.
Is this only 10 o'clock?
It's 11:18.
I'm in Central Time.
Tide said that he has a high ankle sprains other than the hip. And Chris J said Dolphins O-line, no kidding, was ranked dead last. Only 2 players he can throw to, Waddle and Gesicki. Yeah, that's what I said. I guess their O-line is last. And he has no run game either. Myles Gaskin is not a good running back. They don't have a run game. Their run game doesn't exist. Tua's a lot on his shoulders. And I don't even know if he's going to be there next year. I'm not saying he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he has no help. All I'm going to say is this. Yeah. I think if Tua gets replaced, I think it's probably in another team's best interest who's going through a quarterback situation to give him a second chance. Because he literally has no help in Miami. That's just the truth. 2 people to throw to, horrible offensive line, no run game. Okay, his defense is good, but that's not. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, I think I'm gonna sign out here. Thanks, Ballard, for letting me on.
Of course.
Playing video and everything. It is pretty entertaining. Jacob, you gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah, and remember this thing. It's interesting. But yeah, I'll talk to you again.
Okay,
and I'll see y'all later. And hopefully, nobody else from either team makes another bad trading decision.
Hopefully the Buccaneers.
You just know it's going to happen.
Hopefully the Buccaneers make a bad decision.
Shut up.
Well, before I leave, I gotta tell y'all something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all may have not y'all heard of the guy who bought the supposedly last touchdown
Brady's last ball.
Yeah, Brady's pass ball for $500,000+ like $18,000 north of $500K. Well, Tom Brady, the ball's worth less than $20,000. That's still way too much for a football. That's not worth much in my opinion.
That's not worth football.
But anyway, Tom Brady hooked up with one of these crypto companies that give out crypto and whatnot. And so Tom Brady was like, we should donate like a Bitcoin to the charity of his choice, and then the company was like, I think you should also get a Bitcoin too, you know. So turns out the guy has a less than $20,000 football, somewhere I guess in the 19,000 range or something, I guess, or 18 or 17. And then he's gonna get like $41,000 in Bitcoin, which is a full Bitcoin. That's how much that's worth. Still coming out in the negative for it, but at least it's not too terrible, you know.
Yeah.
But it still sucks. But anyway, I didn't know if y'all heard that news or not, but I saw it and I was like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Consolation prize. But anyway, I'll see y'all later.
See you, Keith.
Oh, see you later, Keith.
See y'all.
Yeah, Tom Brady better get ready to get rocked by the Falcons defense next year.
Whatever. Christian
I
Wirtz
wish.
going to block every joker on that line.
Yeah, I'm dreaming. I wish we could. We seriously need to. If we do draft a quarterback, don't make it the first round. I want Jermaine Johnson, a pure pass rusher, somebody who can help our last in sacks, and our horrible pass rush from last season. And Matt Ryan had a similar thing with the Falcons. He didn't have a run game. His offensive line was horrible. The only guy he could throw to was Kyle Pitts, and his defense was horrible. He had less help than Tua. So
yeah.
Jackson. Well, I mean, what was I going to talk about? I was going to tell Keith that Arch Manning was visiting before he left.
When's he visiting?
He's visiting Georgia.
No, when?
Oh, I think it was today.
Was it today?
I could be mistaken, but I think it was today. I don't know. Whenever it is, though, Arch Manning could be great, and that's fine and all that. I really do want to see Georgia's other quarterbacks perform, though. Brock Vandagriff, Carson Beck, Gunnar Stockton. I want to see those guys, too. You know, not just, if Arch Manning doesn't come to us, I mean, we have plenty of quarterback talent. We're just not using it right,
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, put it this way. Before JT Daniels left, we had 3 5-stars. Well, no, 2 5-stars. 2 5-stars and a 4-star on the roster. And then we had 3 5-stars at one point with Gunnar Stockton coming in, and then JT Daniels instantly left. But I mean, still, we have 2 5-stars, a 4-star, and a walk-on. We have plenty of talent at quarterback. We're not using it right. I mean, Kirby's truly one of the best at recruiting quarterbacks. Evaluation and coaching, F and F. Yeah, I don't know, Clemson. I think Arch Manning's getting overhyped as well, just because his last name is Manning. Like if his last
That's
name
the whole reason. That's the whole reason Jeff doesn't want him coming to Bama because he's a Manning.
Yeah, see that I don't.
I kind of agree too, because I mean,
just because he's a Manning and all that, I don't see how that really. I'm just gonna be honest. His last name can be whatever, but while I do think he's overhyped, that his last name is Manning. Like, okay, so you're saying Jeff doesn't want him at Alabama because of Peyton and Eli, right?
pretty much.
See, that's just I don't really see how that works. You got to get over that eventually, but but in the fact that his name is he might be overhyped because his name is Manning, that I can agree with. I can agree with that. See, I don't see why Arch Manning would want to come to Georgia, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, man. Oh, what were you gonna say?
What?
What were you gonna say?
I was about to say RMFT tied. They actually traded Matt Ryan a couple of hours ago. So now he has an amazing offensive line. Oh, he's at the Colts now. Amazing offensive line, a great running back, decent wide receivers, and a decent defense. Atlanta does need O-line, and we need pass rush. We were last in sacks this past year. I just want to see if out of all the Georgia quarterbacks, I want to see Brock Vandagriff play. That's who I think has the most talent.
Really?
I don't know. If we play Stetson, we play Stetson. That's fine, and that's whatever. Okay, we know that's gonna probably happen. So Georgia fans just got to get over that, But moving on though, I'm not the Georgia quarterback speech artist or the counselor for the Georgia quarterbacks, but I mean, geez. I know we talked about Georgia and Alabama, but how much? What do you think about Ohio State next year?
Do they have a quarterback?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I like CJ Stroud. He's
Yeah, I
great.
was about to say,
I think they get better. The thing is like, does Michigan fall off too much, and does Ohio State at least start by reaching the East?
outside of the edge play, Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo, they don't really lose that much. They lose Hassan Haskins, but they replace him with Blake Corum, so that's all okay. They still get a lot of their offensive line back.
They still got McNamara.
In their case, this is the one thing Michigan needs. Michigan has to find a way to develop and get J.J. McCarthy at the starting quarterback position by week 1. Because the reason why, I'm not saying that they would have won it with him last year. I don't know. Okay. Point is though, Cade McNamara is not the guy. Okay. Yeah, he's not the guy. So, and it might take a little bit of a quarterback for them to beat Ohio State possibly next year again.
Yeah.
Ohio State losing their best defensive player, like if they even have a defense. I forgot, but Ohio. Let's see. Are they? His big arm. He can run a little. Yeah, he can run. Arch Manning can run, and he has a big arm. I agree with that. He can actually run. I'm aware, and that's why I said he went to a better situation. Yeah. Ohio State should learn how to play defense and also have the slowest linebackers I've ever seen. Yeah, I agree with that. That's something Bama used to have. Bama used to have pretty slower safeties and linebackers for their position. They fixed that now, but they used to have that. Stetson will start this year. The only way an QB comes in is Ben gets hurt. I agree, and that's why I don't usually talk about Georgia quarterbacks. But if it gets brought up, it gets brought up, and I'll say a little something. Cade McNamara starts, Michigan will get smoked out. And that's why I'm saying you have to develop J.J. McCarthy. You got to evaluate him into the lineup. That's Michigan's must for 2022, in my opinion. What do you think, Ballard?
Sorry, what were you saying?
I said the must for Michigan in 2022 is to evaluate and develop J.J. McCarthy into the lineup as starting quarterback for 2022. Don't you agree?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Not that they would have won the Natty if they had him last year, but and last year he wasn't developed and evaluated. That's okay. Okay, next year, that's what they got to do. Okay, you recruit a 5-star quarterback, you need to expect him to play. So you got to evaluate and develop him. I think it's high potential. I think he's a great quarterback. That doesn't get as much attention because he's up north, but still, that's a must for Michigan. Stetson's mom done put okay. Well, yeah, probably paid Kirby or something. I don't know. McCarthy isn't a sure thing, but we already know McNamara. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know about McCarthy. I think honestly, the guy is better than it makes it seem like. Because opposite of Arch Manning, because J.J. McCarthy's up north, he doesn't get as much attention. I've seen some of his mixtape and all that. I actually think he has very high potential. So I think they need to get him in the lineup for 2022. That's just what I think,
Yeah.
They even have a shot against Ohio State next year. I don't think McNamara can do it again.
Yeah. Anyway, hey man, I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate you coming on as always, and great conversation tonight, definitely.
Oh yeah, it was, and we'll watch the rest of this March Madness. College football season will come eventually.
Yeah, baseball too. I mean, it's slowly starting.
Baseball
but
still with that stupid camera, but that's whatever. It's still baseball. Rule changes are rule changes by the end of the day. It's still football. It's still basketball. It's still baseball. It's still whatever.
Yeah.
But I know you're gonna watch some of those Thad Boy skits.
No, for sure. Yeah.
But anyways, thanks for letting me on, Ballard. I know you got to go. You streaming any of the March Madness games coming up? Sweet 16.
Yeah, maybe. I know I'm going out of town here in a couple days, so I don't know what I'll do while I'm in Florida for spring break. But
okay,
maybe
you're going to
before
Florida
then, because I go out of town on Friday, so maybe I could still find some games on like a Wednesday or something afternoon.
Well, so you're going to Florida.
Yeah, just for the spring break week. We got spring break at school next week, so I figured I'd go see my parents.
Where are you going in Florida?
The Tampa area.
Tampa? Oh. Okay. You gonna try to steal a Super Bowl ring or something?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Now. Yeah, well. Anyways, I know you gotta go, so
yeah, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
2021 national champions out, and go Dogs.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks, Jacob. Love you, buddy. Thank you to Keith Shelley for coming on as well. Love you, bro. Love you, Crimson. You can be a pain in the ass. RMF Tide. Who else was in here? I saw my boy Chess Hall, best friend in the whole world. I'm telling you, man. Jerry Wells. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a great week ahead. Jesus loves you. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. Love y'all. Roll Tide. Peace.